What's going on YouTube? Hayden Schreier making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Stellar Lumens to US dollar. We're also going to be discussing Coinbase announcing wallet support for the silver coin as calls to add XRP follow. So basically, Litecoin is being added to the Coinbase wallet. So that's freaking huge. I think that's some awesome news. And then we're also going to be talking about Bitcoin surmounting $4,000 and sees another weekend rally, guys. The charts are looking absolutely incredible right now. I am so beyond surprised, not even surprised, but beyond grateful to see that the markets are finally starting to appear like they're headed up. You know, is this bearish market over? Are we finally entering a bull market? Are we going to see some higher prices now, guys? The markets look beautiful. Definitely some really, important technical analysis we're going to have to dive into in today's episode. But if any of that sounds like something you're interested in, then make sure to subscribe, turn on post notification, leave a giant thumbs up if you like the content, and let's jump into today's episode. So guys, for all those who are new to the channel, we like to start off doing the coin market cap just to get a general overview before we dive into the TA of sort. As we can see on the current coin market cap, Bitcoin dominance 51.7%, 24-hour volume 27.4, market cap 140.2. Guys, Bitcoin dominance is diving down, which means that alts are starting to rise up again. We see the market cap at 140.2, which is about 7 billion, if not 10 billion higher than yesterday. And we're seeing a 24-hour volume that's up about 7.4 billion in exchanges. So basically money is moving into the exchanges and we're seeing that increase in price. Looking at the top 10 coins right now, you can see that everything's practically up except for Tether. Unfortunately, Litecoin is still in that number 5 position, not at number 4, but the coin is at 5160 and it is only up by 4%, while EOS is up by almost 6% right now. But we do have we're about even actually in terms of volume, 1.2 billion, and EOS is 1.39, so about 1.4 billion. But everything's green. We're up about 4 or 5%. Markets are all green. Things are looking beautiful. We are seeing some double-digit coins. Electronium, which is definitely a coin that I got to start looking at. But otherwise, there's a bunch of things that are up and doing very, very, very well. Icon up 10%. Markets are green, markets are good. Hopefully you guys are making some good profit off of here. I sure know I am. Otherwise, I do want to just jump really quick into the articles. But before I do that, guys, if you do want to make some quick Bitcoin for free, it's very simple. Basically, there is a link, the second link in the description. All you have to do is sign up to the exchange and deposit $5 from a bank to the ABRA exchange, and bam, they will reward you as part of their promotion right now with $25 of free Bitcoin. It is that easy. I've now had over 70 people do this, so definitely make sure to take advantage of that. Otherwise, moving into the Litecoin talk. So Litecoin, Coinbase announces wallet support for the silver coin as calls to add XRP following. So Litecoin, the 5th largest cryptocurrency with respect to market cap, is in battle with EOS right now for the 4th position and is doing very well. Coinbase, the San Francisco-based digital exchange, recently announced support for Litecoin on their wallet. Litecoin joins the league of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash Ethereum, and Ethereum Classic, which has received support on the wallet. Coinbase updated the users about it on a blog post. Now, I've never downloaded, I actually did. I checked out the app. I never downloaded it. The comments are iffy about the app in terms of, how great it is, but otherwise, it's still huge to see that, there's being support added for Litecoin in every nook and cranny of this community. So, Coinbase said, we're excited to announce support for Litecoin on Coinbase Wallet. The blog further stated that users could download and update with Litecoin support on the App Store and Google Play Store. It added the Litecoin support will be available from the get-go once the app is updated, following which users can deposit Litecoin to their wallets by just choosing the receive option on the main wallet page. That's simple. The announcement was met by approval by a large section of the online community. However, it was greeted by a number of Twitter users asking Coinbase to add XRP support to the wallet as well. The cryptocurrency was added to Coinbase. So I'm noticing there's two huge communities within the crypto market. So we have XRP, Ripple, huge community within Ripple, and then there's also a massive community within Litecoin. I'm debating whether I want to make a sub-series called Ripple TV and discuss Ripple news and related media. I think that may add to the growth of the channel. Let me know what you guys think below. Obviously, Litecoin is still number 1 to me, but XRP is definitely up there too, and I do want to target those guys who, kind of get left out here. So definitely let me know down below in the comments. But, coin's up. Coin's doing very, very, very well. Now, I also want to discuss the fact that Bitcoin is doing very well too, shooting up in terms of its price. Bitcoin is rallying past $4,000 as the altcoins are running too. That's right, the day has finally arrived. For so long, after trading under 4,000 for the weeks on end, Bitcoin found itself back over the price level on Saturday. According to the data compiled by Coin Price Watch, the asset is currently trading around $4,133 around by the time the article was released, and finding itself up by 3%. Bitcoin markets have seen $8 billion in volume over the past 24 hours, indicating that liquidity has returned to this nascent market, at least over the short term. Yes, the short term. And we're going to discuss whether or not we're going to see this pullback soon. Alternative crypto assets have posted notable gains. Ethereum, for instance, has found itself up at 156, still holding strong above the strong technical psychological resistance at 150. XRP is up 2.25, selling just a tad below the 33-cent point. Most other cryptos are posting 2 to 5% gains all over the exchanges. So definitely some pretty freaking crazy stuff. Some crypto catalysts for you. While many have welcomed this move, it is unclear whether there are fundamental catalysts for this rally. Now, we have seen some attention to an array of news, namely Elon Musk's crypto comments. We have the Samsung crypto blockchain offering for its S10. We have JP Morgan's in-house cryptocurrency, which means that they created their own for themselves to use. Then we have the Lightning Network news, and claiming that this move is just a delayed reaction to all of that. Most, however, have drawn attention to technicals, claiming that the indicators were looking positive for this asset class, which is what we were discussing. They were all looking very nice, leading to that crypto ran laid breakout, and that's what we're kind of seeing. But it says leading analyst crypto ran laid out a number of reasons why Bitcoin chart is looking bullish. Less seriously, Max Kaiser, an anti-established figure, joked about Bitcoin is up on the news and Warren Buffett exposed himself. So Max Kaiser said, Bitcoin up on news, Warren Buffett exposes himself in his annual letter as an unmitigated fraud and charlatan reliant entirely on taxpayer bailouts and accounting tricks. So just a bunch of news. CNBC also discussed that Bitcoin trading within inches of 4,000 finally broke. So, the news medias are also discussing that too. So there's some pretty crazy news, and we're sending more people to crypto, and that's kind of boosting this coin up. We're finally above 4,000. It has been months for us to get there. Otherwise, guys, moving now onto the exchanges, the technical analysis, we're looking at Litecoin right now, guys. So obviously, if you guys are a supporter of the channel on Patreon, I did draw some new lines, so you guys should be rewarded with that. You will see those updates momentarily. Otherwise, guys, if you have not been able to get access to my charts or you want access to them, guys, the first link in the description is to my Patreon account, and you guys can get access to all of my charts, live updating charts, as well as my personal number if you did want to discuss, certain crypto things, unrelated or directly besides YouTube. And I'm also making personal videos, so some pretty awesome stuff. Definitely make sure to check that out. I have a bunch of you guys have already joined, so shout out to you guys. I do appreciate the support. Otherwise, as you guys can see, this uptrend is holding drastically. So this is huge, guys. So my current position, all my Litecoin that I'm holding, is doing very well. Huge, very beautiful ascending triangle is forming, and I really want to see whether or not we're going to break this $51 resistance right here. You guys can clearly see the uptrend. You can clearly see the ascending triangle. There's some sort of, wedge forming, an upwards wedge that's coming to a point right here. And we're going to see whether or not we can break bullish from that or fall. This is definitely a huge resistance too at that $51. So you can see a very beautiful movement is happening. The unfortunate part is we are nearing overbought once again on Litecoin's daily, which is an indicator not to FOMO buy in. I keep telling myself that. Don't FOMO buy in. Don't get that fear that you're going to miss out on this run. There's plenty more coming. That's what you guys have to realize too. We're about to become overbought on the Litecoin on the 4-hour. So that is another indicator. Very difficult. This point right here, this $51 is going to be a very difficult time for Litecoin to be able to break that. That has a lot of resistance against it, so it's going to be very difficult for the coin to break out of 51, because not only does it have that resistance, it has the one right above it at $53 as another resistance, and that would ultimately send it into a overbought area, indicating that it does need to consolidate and pull back down. So a healthy move back down, honestly, a healthy move right back down to $40 is enough for me to buy back in. I'm really staying away from here because I'm kind of wary seeing it so high up, and it's too overbought in my opinion. Moving though on to Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin is doing amazing, guys, and I'm glad I'm still holding on to some. I did buy back in when we started started to consolidate out, and I actually do plan on taking profits pretty soon. You notice that we did have this falling wedge right here, which was beautifully called, and we managed to have a breakout where we got caught in between another channel, and what happened was we became overbought on the daily and on the 4-hour, and we needed to consolidate. So we took about 3 to 4 days of consolidation, pulled back down into a more neutral area, still high on the daily, but better on the 4-hour, and then we decided to break out again, and we pulled back up, and as you guys see, we started off at 33, and we're currently over 4,100, and like I said, we're finally back up to our high-low middle moving averages. Now, the reason I'm still staying a little bit dormant on the markets right now, and I haven't put in a ton, is because of like Bitcoin. As you guys know, Bitcoin is huge right now, and most of these coins follow Bitcoin's path. But what I've noticed, guys, is there is a massive descending triangle on Bitcoin. As you can see here, guys, we have a massive downtrend, a massive descending triangle in place. So honestly, it does look kind of nice. We're starting to see some volume, and we're starting to slowly gear back up, and you can see that we're slowly pushing back to $4,000. But if you really take a closer look at what exactly is happening, this downtrend is still in place, and it's been on here all the way back since 2017. It's currently 2019, a 2-year downtrend, indicating that there could be a break. One thing to note is if we do move up, we could move as high as $4,300 before we have some resistance. Obviously, buying back down at 3,000 was definitely a good play. You would be up at around $1,000, but that's not even it yet. This is going to be the biggest rally. So you see the downtrend is still holding very strong. We need to test this resistance. Before I put any major funds into Bitcoin or any alts, I need to see what's going to happen within the downtrend. We need to test right here. So in the short term, yes, this was a very nice volume boost, but this is still in a downtrend. As I zoom in, you guys will notice that there is still a channel, a downwards pressure that we need to, attack. We need to break through it. So if we're most definitely going to consolidate for another week or two before we test the downtrend, if we can break out of that and I see any sort of, indication that we're coming out of it, then I will buy back in, because we could shoot as high up from 4,000 all the way up to like $7,000, which would be $3,000 in profit. And I would obviously put some into Litecoin too, because Bitcoin and Litecoin are like brothers, and they would both shoot up to tremendous highs. But I'm still waiting for this downturn to be crossed. You can see where our previous breakdown happened right here. And you can see if we just continue that, we're definitely here. So I'm waiting to see what happens when we test this. If we break bullish, I'm going to throw a decent amount in and ride that puppy up. But I'm not putting in anything right now until I see, because it is very possible we could get rejected and fall down much lower. And you can see right here, we are testing not only not only are we overbought, we're also testing its high-low MMA, and we're also, the fact that we're overbought and testing it, there's a lot of resistance that's indicating we're probably going to pull down tomorrow. But the greatest barrier that I like to see was Ethereum. Ethereum on its 4-hour is overbought. Huge injection of volume. Why is that? Well, guys, let's look. We had an ascending triangle right here. We did track that. Blast off. We went from 120 all the way to 147. Crazy profits. But guys, what we discussed was, I did say if we broke bullish, we would test 160, and I'm going to explain why I said that. Not only did we have another ascending triangle, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was the indicator. I could draw that out for you guys, the Elliott wave. Let's see. Elliott impulse wave. We started here. We had 1, we had our 2, we had our 3, we had our 4, we had our 5, then we broke bullish. Now I'll zoom in to show you guys what exactly I'm referring to. Bam, you can see it. This triangle had 5 points of contact before it decided to break bullish, and that is a good indicator it was going to rally. Now that doesn't mean it could have broken up, it could have also broken down, but it did break up, so that is definitely a good thing. But you can see we had our first contact, second contact, third, fourth, fifth, broke bullish right after that. Beautiful triangle, beautiful movement. That's what we like to see. Currently hitting some resistance right there, but you can see beautiful repetitions. It could potentially do that again. What I wanted to point out is the reason I don't think we're going to go much higher is this. So not only were we in between the high-low MMA, not only are we overbought on Ethereum's daily, we're above the red band. So I do think a retracement back down in between here is definitely what's happening. If we decide to hang out in this channel and trade out sideways, I might buy back in. Lastly, looking at XLM. XLM, still looking beautiful. We did see some issues between this channel right here. You can see why that issue occurred. It's because we had a resistance right here. We had this resistance line, a massive, downturn. When we see a price fall from 17 cents all the way down at, 0.09 cent and then back up to 13, this bounce, this massive volume bounce, was an indication, strong support right here. We're currently, testing that support as we speak. If we can break and close above this support, I don't see any issues shooting right up to 12, 13 cents, and I will buy back in. But you can see we broke the rally and we're starting to head back up. So huge news all across the board. Otherwise, guys, that's going to sum up today's episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if you like the content, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.